How's it, gang? I'm here to talk to you about some safety here for your boating excursion. The next one out, we want to make sure you always come home. Something as simple as your life jackets. This is the one you most commonly find in most everybody's, but unfortunately, these are only rated inshore. Inshore is inside the demarcation of 2 points, basically like Diamond Head and Barber's Point. You have to be inside of those 2 points. If you're outside of that, that starts to become offshore real quick, and then it's a different style of life jacket. There's different buoyancies and everything else. This one has a light to help people find you. And it's also a good idea if you keep your name on your vessel on all your stuff, because when they start looking for you in a search pattern and they start finding debris in the ocean, they'll be able to know that they're in about the right area, yeah? So something to think about. Along with personal flotation devices, this is a throwable. This is in case somebody goes over, you can toss it their way. Hopefully the wind doesn't catch it and blow it over their head. This is not to be worn on your back. This is to be hugged. This is to be, put on your chest so you can just bring your head above, and hopefully you can get your boat turned around and go and pick up your man overboard, so to speak, yeah? The other thing a lot of people overlook is possibly a first aid kit of some type on board. Small cuts, bruises, there's band-aids in there. How about a serious laceration? How about a mahi-mahi that got gaffed and the gaff went through your friend's leg? I've seen that, I've heard that story. So a first aid kit might be really important. For you heavy-duty fishermen, I know some of my friends tend to carry boat cutters. So if that hook ever goes through you, you can force it all the way out, cut the tip off, and you can just pull it back out or push it all the way through, cut the eye off. Oh. Yeah, you got the idea, okay? How about some sound-making devices? So you can be found or heard or something like that. A lot of times they'll attach a whistle to a life jacket. So this is something that might be put on every single one. The other thing that comes in real handy is some kind of signal mirror. If you ever fall overboard or you get stuck on a life raft or something like that, this is how you're going to be able to signal your plane or a ship on the distance, or something that is out of basically hearing range. Because I can tell you right now, if somebody goes upwind of you in a vessel and there's typical 10 to 20 mile an hour winds, they won't hear you, unfortunately. The other thing would be some kind of distress signal flares. They will be able to at least see the smoke or the light at night or something along that. These are flares that are, how should I say, projectile. It is like the New Year's things you see that go up and throw off a light. Make sure you know how to use them. These will come out this way, get unscrewed this way, and you pull that. Okay, how about VHF radios? This is a kind of important safety device. Coast Guard mandates that you have a VHF radio or some kind of E-pirb. Handhelds only have a certain amount of range. It's all line of sight. I found them to be no more effective than about 2 miles in my personal experience for the radios I've used. The base, the one that is mounted with a long, tall antenna, they generally have a much greater range. They will look at the horizon, a lot of them. If you have the option, I would definitely put a base on and rely on this just for convenience when it's ship to ship and we're really close. Your E-pirbs, this has become something that I highly recommend for those of you who have gone way out there over the horizon, so to speak. This is one of the best ways for anybody to find you if you have an emergency. They also have personal ones that you can put directly on your inflatable harnesses. This one is designed to go around your waist. So you can actually just sit there and buckle this in and attach it straight to here. Some of these will water deploy. Some of these you have to physically turn on. So please make sure you know how to use these. A few other things, a lot of the smaller vessels, I'm not sure where the line is drawn when it's considered small vessels. I own a 17 whaler and it's considered small. Coast Guard always bugs me about making sure I have a paddle. Another thing you must have is an anchor. Line, chain, all attached, ready to deploy. And you need to make sure you have enough anchor line because, doggone it, you get a mile offshore and we're talking a couple 100 feet already, plus. I know there's a place that 30, 40 feet off the cliff, it drops to 200 feet and it goes way down from there. The other thing I saw the other day on YouTube There was a gentleman out there diving with no dive flag, no buoy, free diving. He came to the surface and a boat practically killed him. Ran him over, prop went across his fin. He was lucky to get away with just a very bad scare. So this is another thing with a buoy I recommend everybody use. And I hate to say it, but including those of you that are swimming for exercise, recreation, whatever else, not just the divers. Because all you are is a small little coconut. So I highly recommend, if you're swimming in the blue, swimming outside the breakers where the boaters do travel, that could save your life. All this gear is here to help you guys stay safe. You know, coming home is super important. There's a lot of people that love you. A lot of people want to make sure that you come home safely. What you see here can and will save your life. You need to know how to use them. You need to make sure everybody on board knows where they are and how to get them out. So please, not just for you, but for all those who love you and want to see you come home, take care of your safety stuff. Thank you.